Our parents always told us to eat our vegetables, but are all vegetables healthy? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. The top 7 worst vegetables to eat for weight loss. And join my unique gems by subscribing to my channel. This is Jade Reminds, where mothers come to gain their strength back. Some people do not even consider potatoes a vegetable, but for the people that do, that's why I put it first on my list because potatoes is probably the most popular vegetable out of all the vegetables I have on this list that people use with the french fries, the hash browns, the mashed potatoes, the baked potatoes and everything else, the uptake and the use of potatoes is enormous. And potatoes are tasty if you add a little salt. Now, let me tell you, and a lot of people will be upset about this. Sweet potatoes are included in my potato slide because they are all high in carbohydrates. They're very high, and anything high in carbohydrates tells your body to store belly fat. And you don't need that when you're trying to lose weight. Potatoes are also high in calories, and generally, a lot of people add a lot of unhealthy fats to potatoes to make them taste good, and that's what makes them even worse. So, potatoes is a vegetable that you should not eat for weight loss. Beets are healthy for you, but they are very high in carbs. So if you are trying to lose weight, again, you want to avoid beets. Beets have 13 grams of carbs per cup, which makes it a high carb food. And anything high in carbs, again, spikes blood sugar and it tells your body to store belly fat, which you don't need. So avoid beets if you're trying to lose weight. I think you are getting the point now that starchy vegetables are not good for you and they're not good for weight loss. Now, beans is next on my list because you have a lot of people that go vegan, go vegetarian, and they replace their meat with beans, which is not a problem. But the problem is that beans are really starchy and they're high in carbs. And beans can also make you gain weight in excess. So that's why you want to avoid beans. I have met a lot of vegetarians and vegans that go vegetarian or vegan and don't lose weight. And that is because they're replacing some of their calories with these high calorie, high starchy foods that cause you to maintain or even gain weight. So lose weight by not eating beans. If you're anything like me, you need confirmation that you still got it. And really, that's what my channel is all about. That is why I partnered with slimbaby.com, that's slimbabi.com, to bring you a constant confirmation of how beautiful you really are. So jump over to slimbaby.com because they have something for the whole family, and all of it is centered around reminding you that you are already beautiful. Butternut squash is one of the worst foods to eat for weight loss, and that is because you have a lot of people that know that potatoes are not that healthy for you, so they go to butternut squash because it can give you the same texture when you're trying to make mashed potatoes. So that's why a lot of people are using butternut squash. But the problem with butternut squash is just a little cup of it has 16 carbs. And most of us, when we're eating stuff like mashed butternut squash and stuff like that, we're eating 2 and 3 cups. and that is an enormous amount of carbs. It is also high in calories. So that's why you want to avoid butternut squash if you're trying to use it for weight loss. Artichokes are my next ones, and that is because artichokes are tasty and a lot of people use it in their spinach dips. But artichokes again are high in carbs. So it's not as popular as some of the other vegetables, but it is on a list because you are adding excess carbohydrates to your meal that you really can't afford to use. So that's why you want to focus on low carb foods and not high carb starchy foods because these foods are full of calories and they also cause the body to spike its blood sugar, causing insulin resistance and etc. So avoid these foods at all costs. Carrots is next on my list because carrots, although they do have beta carotene, they are not the most nutritious vegetable in the bunch. Carrots is overused. The problem with carrots is you have a lot of people eating an excess amount of carrots as a vegetable. It is again a starchy vegetable and it's high in carbs. Now, carrots may be alright in moderation, but the problem is people are adding carrots to almost every meal as well. They have sliced carrots, peas and carrots, carrots in your mixed vegetables, carrots everywhere. And that is what you want to avoid. You don't want to go and binge on carrots because carrots are not good for weight loss. The use of corn is scary, and it's not just the little yellow and white kernels that you see when you're buying corn on the cob or cream of corn. It's the fact that they are adding corn syrup to almost every processed food you can think of. And on top of that, you have popcorn, which is so popular and so tasty, which causes the body again to rise its blood sugar, to spike its insulin, to basically go into a sugar high. And this sugar high causes the body to store belly fat. If you notice that the belly fat in people is very, very common nowadays. Now, a lot of us have belly fat due to having a baby or something else, but a lot of us have belly fat just for our own personal reasons. And the reason for the storage of so much belly fat is that these foods that spike insulin so much that it tells your body store belly fat, store fat around my organs in my abdomen. And that's why corn is so dangerous. So it's not just the corn, it's the popcorn, it's the processed foods that you need to avoid if you want to find foods for weight loss. I want to give you something to think about, and that is which one of these foods is the most shocking. Let me know down in the comments, and I will tell you which one I was the most shocked about as well. Since you made it this far, I know you're serious about weight loss, so I'm going to link in the description a report that talks about the top 10 foods to avoid if you're trying to slim down. This report has helped me along with many other unique gems. So I want you to have this report, and I also want you to subscribe to my channel, hit that bell icon, like this video and share it with anybody you think may need this. And this is Jade Reminds, where mothers come to gain their strength back.